Hello and welcome to Satheria, a channel about all things related to frequency. So you want to take some of the principles we explored in previous videos and apply them to tuning up your own biofield. We are going to get into some exercises with a goal of becoming more internally coherent. Today we're going to focus specifically on the art of toning to strengthen the circuits of energy flow through the body, allowing qi to flow smoothly inside your inner temple, minimizing any blocks in the circuitry and unlocking the gates so energy can flow. First, we are going to learn the art of toning at different frequencies. You will become a human sine tone generator by using an actual sine tone generator to play a frequency that you are going to vocally entrain with. Then we're going to be using some feedback tools such as a tuner and an oscilloscope to help us see in real time how coherent or stabilized our vocal toning is. This is a direct reflection of our internal coherence. Using feedback tools to observe our voices in real time causes our body to naturally correct itself and make micro adjustments. You'd be surprised how fast the body is able to correct distortions when there is a feedback tool in the mix. Like going into the bathroom and seeing you have spinach stuck in your teeth and cleaning it off. So for those of you at home who want to give it a try, download the free app called ToneGen. This is a sine tone generator that will generate the frequency you dial in. You could also use onlinetonegenerator.com or my personal favorite, a tuning fork. Next, download a feedback app to check the frequency of your voice, such as In-Track Tuner. This will show you what frequency your voice is hitting. The oscilloscope plugin I use is called Prettyscope, and there are a number of other oscilloscope apps out there. So what frequencies should we use to dial in to tone our voices to? So there are many different approaches, many of which are ancient philosophies that tie specific frequencies or frequency bandwidth not only to a word or a sound, but also to a chakra or body part. So think of the tonal syllable words do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Each ties a different sound to a different frequency or note. Another example would be Indian systems that correspond specific frequencies or notes with a corresponding sound, mantra, chant, or word that is said to evoke a particular energy signature and open up or tune up a chakra or meridian pathway in the body. Another example would be the 6 Tibetan healing sounds, each of which corresponds to a particular meridian, organ, and emotional system. Some of these are hu, he, ha, sh, s. Sacred chants, languages, and names of God throughout time and space, like Hebrew, Greek, Chinese, Tibetan, Egyptian, Indian. And while I honestly think that every culture or language holds a different piece of the puzzle, triggering different chains of biochemical reactions, I'm going to start by recommending a powerful and useful starter system for beginners, chanting vowels. Each vowel sound evokes a different electromagnetic field property. I recommend starting with the 10 vowel sounds to unlock the main gates. So taking the 5 main vowels and using both the long and short sound of each. There are many more, but we'll start with these basic 10. We have ah, I, e, o, u, e, u. And as for the frequencies, There's no right or wrong way to do this. I would recommend starting with a frequency that feels good to you. You can use the frequencies in the 432 just intonation major scale. I'm going to start with 432 hertz. For males, you might want to try a lower octave range, maybe 128 to 300. For this video, I'm mainly going to be working with the O sound because I find that sound to be closest to a sine tone. The letter O literally creates an O in the oscilloscope. Ideally, you'd want to practice them all and find the one that's the hardest and most distorted and focus on strengthening the weakest one. In the human radio vocal toning practice, you become a human radio by doing two things. One, resonating a pure coherent sine tone carrier wave with your voice, and two, binding that carrier wave with a transmission that will be your coherent message or affirmation in the form of a mentally repeated and felt mantra. The intention is compressed with the carrier wave and will be transmitted into the etheric field, which will magnetize the like energy back to you through the principle of resonance. Like attracts like. Whatever vibration your thoughts, actions, words, and feelings are emanating is exactly what you will get back. We have to decide what that transmission signal is going to be before binding it to our vocal toning carrier wave. An example approach would be to encode your message with the energy of love. A potential transmission you could send out is I am love, or I am happy, or I am abundant. And through the law of resonance, you will magnetize more of that energy back into your field. It involves clearly thinking the words repeatedly over and over in your head like a mantra while you are toning. Second, and most importantly, you must feel and embody that energy as if it's already happening, even if it really isn't. Sometimes you gotta fake it until you make it and pretend like you are an actor embodying a character. You have the power to shift the frequency into a higher harmonic and shift the narrative at any moment. It starts with awareness of your current state and the decision to make the shift. It's not easy work, but I'm sending motivation to us all. So we are here in Ableton. So what I'm going to do is use the tonal syllable O, and I'm going to resonate with the frequency 432 hertz. The more this exercise is performed, the more coherent the internal tempo will become. So as you can see, it is quite the journey to entrain your voice into coherence. And the more you do it, the more stable it becomes. It's almost like a game to become more internally coherent. Alright, so now let's look at some tuning forks. 222 hertz and 333 hertz, which creates a perfect fifth, which is taking one number and multiplying it by 1.5. Those two frequencies will create a pentagram in the oscilloscope. So as you can see, it's so much fun to visualize your own voice in an oscilloscope, and it also provides you a very valuable tool of observation on how you can increase your inner coherence. So just to recap, first thing you do is you pull out a sine tone generator and you dial in the frequency that you wish to resonate with. Then you try one of the ancient chants or vowel sounds. I prefer using the O sound, and you try to match your voice with the frequency. Next, you can use a feedback tool such as an oscilloscope or a tuner app, where you can see how close your voice is getting to your desired frequency. Thank you so much for joining me on Safe Area. I will see you next time.